I think I'm the most blessed coach in basketball because of the type of people we have here.
A memory of Jerry Sloan honoring his fans. Now we honor the life of a Utah Jazz legend who passed away this morning.
Good evening, I'm Glenn Mills.
And I'm Emily Clark. Thank you for joining us for the news at 5. We do begin with somber news of the passing of legendary Hall of Fame Utah Jazz coach Jerry Sloan.
Sports Director Wesley Ruff joining us now with a look back at the coach's life, including his 23 years spent right here with the Utah Jazz.
Yeah, and that makes it hard for Utah Jazz fans to think about the Jazz without thinking of Jerry Sloan. He combined with John Stockton and Karl Malone to form the nucleus of a team that was one of the top franchises in the NBA for over 20 years. Passed away due to complications from Parkinson's disease and Lewy body dementia. Jerry Sloan was one of a kind as a player and a coach, a man's man, and a Hall of Famer in so many ways. Jerry Sloan grew up in Indiana, and a tough life on the farm made him a tough individual. He played his college ball at Evansville and was a first-round draft pick of the Baltimore Bullets. But after 1 year, he was selected by the Chicago Bulls in the expansion draft of 1966. As one of the original Bulls, he was a hard-nosed player who made a name for himself on defense and was selected to the all-defensive first team 4 times. He averaged over 14 points in his career and was a 2-time All-Star. His number 4 was the first number ever retired by the Bulls, long before Michael Jordan. But it was as coach of the Utah Jazz that most fans will remember Sloan. His no-nonsense style of play carried over into his coaching, and he spent 23 years as the head coach of the Jazz. He led Utah to 2 NBA Finals in 1997 and 1998, losing both times to his old team, the Chicago Bulls. Sloan won 1,221 games in his career, 4th all-time. He's one of only 2 coaches in the NBA to win 1,000 games with the same team. He was inducted into the Hall of Fame in 2009. Fans now taking time to remember him at the place where he considered home in Utah. This is a look outside the Vivint Smart Home Arena where some tributes are starting to form. Earlier today, I had a chance to talk with some of the players who had the pleasure of knowing Jerry on the court.
I think first and foremost, the fact that he made all of his players better people and better players, and his commitment to a solid philosophy throughout his coaching and leadership career.
There's a flood of things that come back now. Obviously, we're celebrating him and his legacy, but man, he is going to be so missed.
He's just such a great guy who had that down-home, heartland humility and philosophy about his life and himself, and at the same time was able to take a team to the NBA Finals.
When you can find a human being that you can fit that much toughness in, and in the same body put as much heart and kindness as Jerry Sloan had, I mean, that's a human being for you right there.
Now, Wes, you were actually fortunate to spend a lot of time with the coach and even connect with him on a personal level over the years.
Okay, so we need you to take a moment here. Tell us some of your favorite memories and the things you love most about Coach.
Well, the first thing that stands out, when he was a player, I hated him. He was so mean and so tough. And one of the stories I read when I was a kid was when he was guarding Jerry West of the Lakers. West came down from like 17 feet on the angle, hit a jump shot over Sloan. Well, I'll tell you this story right now since that video popped up. This is my son Landon. I took Landon to practice one day. Landon fell off the chair. Jerry picked him up and then did the whole interview holding my son to show you the kind of heart he had. But he was known as a tough guy. And getting back to the story about Jerry West, West came down 17 feet away, hit a shot on the angle over Sloan. Next time down, West came down, same place, hit a shot over Sloan and scored. The next time he came down, West, before he got the ball, Sloan hit him in the face. And the point of the story was that West didn't go there and shoot anymore. I mean, that's just how tough Jerry was, and that was his mentality. He had a job to do, and that was to stop Jerry West, and he did what he needed to do to stop him. But what a great great what a great guy. So many great memories of him as a tough guy. Another time, when he was here in the station, I asked him about a story that I read when Pete Maravich first came in the league, and they were on the jump circle for the start of the game, in Maravich's first game against Sloan, and the referee threw the ball up, and Sloan turned around and hit Maravich in the face and dropped him and looked down and said, "I own you now." And I asked Jerry if that was a true story. He said, "I don't remember." And you would think you'd remember a story like that, whether it happened or not. But Jerry was just, I mean, he was so tough, so hard-nosed, but he had one philosophy, that was work hard, do your best, and come back and do it again the next day. And that was his philosophy as a head coach, that was his philosophy as a player, and his philosophy as a human being.
Yep, and he instilled that in his team in the Utah Jazz in the 90s, no doubt about that.
No doubt about that. And lucky for you and I, Glenn, we're both Utah kids, so we've been able to watch the coach firsthand all those Jazz games for so long.
Yep, he's the coach I knew growing up. I mean, I had some experience remembering Frank Layden, but mostly Coach Sloan. And I have a story. When I was a sports intern in college, one of my first assignments was sent out to a Jazz practice to get interviews. You know, they tell you, make sure to go get Malone, go get Stockton. So you run up to them and they turn you down. But the coach was gracious enough to give me some of his time. So I interviewed him, went back to the studio, started to log the tape, and I could see my hand going like this the whole time. Because I was so nervous.
It was Coach Sloan, and you were so excited.
Yep, it was my first really professional type interview, but I was always grateful for him taking the time to talk to me as I was first getting started.
Oh, so many people have so many stories just like that, and we love it. And of course, our coverage of the legendary Coach Sloan will continue throughout the evening.